Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So, as usual, starting off with Euro USD, and we did get the break early in the week and sort of moves to the downside, but the last couple of sort of 8-hour sessions we have been completely confused. So we've got buyers coming in down here for some reason, and I think the only way you're going to see that is by just getting to a weekly time frame and going as far left as you can, and you'll see there was a consolidation in this area all the way back in 2002. So I'm just going to add that swing low there because you can see there's a swing high on it and a swing low. Nothing else we need to pay attention to there. So if you just take that into account, you've got an area of support that we're in at the moment. So you should expect volatility. We have been volatile, but for me today, this kind of volatility is very difficult to trade. And I'm just going to pick on this level here. We could argue that that was a decent swing high yesterday with an entry there, but it's a little bit too rich for me at 600 points. So for me at the moment, I'd want to see a little bit of better structure, not so volatile. I mean, these bars are massive at the moment. So looking for a little bit more calm, peaceful type entries, and we're not getting them. I'm also seeing a little bit of diversions here, and you can see that on the oscillators here. So that is reverse divergence that's forming. So in other words, price is making sort of a double bottom attempt with that, but that would only come into play with a break above yesterday's highs. So for me, I'm reluctant to be jumping in short when we're sideways like this all over the place. And it's going to finish this one off with a 15-minute. You can see up. I suppose that would have been a half decent entry, but up, down, and then sideways. Big up, big down. Never an opportunity for me anyway. So pay attention to this area. If we do get above it, then it's a 0.98850. Then there's a good possibility that we'll move back up to come and test some previous highs here. And the only reason for that is just probably another entry low. But if you see these are weekly levels, weekly level there, weekly level there, you would expect a range to form going into Friday. And that's kind of the only play that I can see right now. But anyway, that's a sit on hands for me. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. So there is some currency rebalancing going on in Japan at the moment, which is why we had this fall. I would be a little bit wary of going against it, and I'm also a little bit wary of chasing it at the moment. So let's take one of these levels. You want to see what happens right here. So 124.714. We've got a confirmation of a trend reversal on the lower time frames. We've got a separation here of the oscillators. So I would be paying attention to this area. If we get bearish price action here, inside bar, pin bar, engulfing bar, good opportunity to jump in just below the structure with a stop above it. You're going to have a pretty rough time at it because it's going to be a 500-point stop loss at least. But you do have the potential of coming to test these lows of yesterday, which is more than a 2-to-1. It's almost a 4-to-1 trade possibility. So pay attention to that level. It's going to be difficult though. Just bear that in mind. It's going to be nail biting, should I say. Moving on to the the British pound Japanese yen. Same scenario here. We had currency balancing from the Japanese central bank. So they've come back into the sideways price action here. Not something I'm really keen on. So, look to the left, you can see we spent a number of days going sideways here. So do that. You can see a number of days that we were sideways all over the place, and now we're kind of back in that space there. So same scenario here. I'm looking for a retest of structure. And the closest structure that I have on the hour is right here at 161.469. So I'd want to see price reject this area. That would give me an opportunity to get my stop above here. It's another 700 odd point stop loss, and I think whenever you've got noise like this, it's very difficult to find the structure that is not going to break the bank. So anyway, that's another sit on hand scenario for me. Moving on to Euro British pound. and we had this flag forming, and then we had this pin bar structure here. We've got a crossover of the moving averages far apart that is happening at the moment. So I'm definitely looking for opportunities to buy this pair. Now, look at what happened yesterday. Complete chaos. So we didn't really adhere to the levels we were looking at yesterday, and as a result, I just want to move this one to this area that we are bouncing in there. So this one is going to be an interesting one, because if you look on the 15 minutes, look at that, all over the place. Big up, big down, big up, big down. Moving averages are sideways. So we've got the moving averages starting to cross over and pointing up in the 50-minute, but we've got this grouping here. So for me, again, guess what? Sit on hands. So I think not even going to bother looking for something there. There is a flag there, but it's not breaking effectively. So I'd want to see a decent break, at least above 087442. And I say a decent break, I'd want it to go and test the previous highs here, and then come back. So that would just validate that there's not a flag, it's a range. And then that brings this level into play at 087740. Break above that, retest, then you've got my interest. Break below this area at 087119 and retest, then you have my interest as well. So those are the levels that I'd be paying attention to. Not going to worry about it in between those levels, because it's more than likely going to turn out to be some kind of a range going into the weekend. Anyway, that's me for Forex today. Definitely not dabbling in the markets. We'll be sitting next to the pool and drinking a cold one rather. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Cheers for now.